If you want to make sure that you don't miss out on this type of content, make sure you go and follow. Drop a follow and a like. I would appreciate that. And let's see if we can get a trade in today, because I didn't actually trade yesterday. Can everyone hear me? Can you let me know in the comment section if you can actually hear me? Appreciate the follow. Oh, you can hear me. Perfect. Okay, if anyone has any questions or if anyone's in some long positions, let me know. Let me Gold has had so much volume over the past few days. I'm going to go ahead and do a top-down analysis in a moment for you, so you can understand how a trader does top-down analysis and looks at where is the high probability setups. Perfect. So price is actually retracing. As we can see, price is retracing. So if we go onto the daily, on the daily time frame, you can see that we actually have gapped up. So we have gapped up overnight. Price has actually came to fill that gap. There's a decent little bottom wick on this current daily candle. And let's go down to the 4 hour. Okay, so the previous 4 hour has actually closed bearish. Previous 4 hour has closed bearish. Let's go ahead and note this down. So we've got weekly, which is bullish. Daily, which is also bullish. We've got the 4 hour time frame, which has just closed bearish. And what's the 2 hour time frame? It's printed bullish. Okay, so it's printed a small bullish candle. So it has closed bullish. It looks like the hourly candle is flipping. So this is why it's very important to stick to your trading rules. Very, very important. So the candle did close above the 22 level, that where I was looking for buys, but it broke the high in the first minute. And for me personally, I would usually either go low risk, or I would either just wait for the bottom wick first. And that price, a 50 or 60 pip move up. Yeah, it was a 66 pip move up. So it's a really big move up, and price has come all the way back down again. So let's see if price can maintain above that level, and then I'll be looking for some long positions. Okay, so we've got the 2 hour has actually closed bullish. The 2 hours closed bullish. The 1 hour has also closed bullish as well. It was the 1 hour which closed above that most recent resistance. And the 30-minute is also bullish. So everything right now is screaming buys. We are sort of, it looks like price is rejecting that level. So let's see what happens. Very important to stay patient and not rush into any trades. That obviously comes with experience. But yeah, and it's also very important to not get FOMO, because I basically just missed a 60 pip move by sticking to my rules. So, over a series of trades, price will tend to, move, and sometimes it won't move. And it will be the ones where it don't move and it hits your stop loss where you'll be up, you won't be very happy with yourself. And that for me is a red day, because you didn't stick to your rules. Has anyone got any questions? Who else is looking at gold today? If you want to see the chart that I'm looking at, the link's in the bio. Yeah, so the 15-minute has closed a strong bullish candle. The current one has actually broke the low of the previous 15. Let's see if we close back in the range now, or if we continue to push up. That's what I like to see. And you got one thing that I actually noticed after missing the trade was that the 5-minute had closed above, it had retested, and it had broke the high. 15 minutes retesting at that level. If this 5-minute, let's see if this 5-minute can close above in the next 3 minutes. I want to see what this 5 minutes going to do. It's breaking low of the previous candle, or it is about to. So let's see if it can stay above, or if it's going to go back in the range. Okay, it's breaking a low. Can you show your screen? I wish I could. The reason why I'm not showing my screen is because I got banned and I lost my account last time for showing my screen. So I'm not currently showing my screen for that reason. If you want to see the chart, go ahead to the bio and click on that link. Okay, so we are going back in the range of huge rejection. So it's going back in the range with a lot of volume now. So let's see if price is gonna. There is clean candles and a huge wick to fill with the previous 4-hour candle. So that move up could have been the current 4-hour candle printing a top wick in order to continue down. So this is a very key thing to notice. So the 4-hour has only just opened up 29 minutes ago. So let's see. Let's see what price wants to do. Potentially, we could get a decent setup by London Open, or maybe around 7:30 within the next hour. Okay, so the 30 has actually closed in the range. It has closed in the range. The 15-minute has closed back in the range. Okay, so yeah, I think patience is going to be very key today. Just waiting for a setup, waiting for a high probability setup. But yeah, so we have broke out of that range and now we're coming back into the range. If you're currently trading today, like the stream, go and follow the page, subscribe so you don't miss out on this type of content. And yeah, I will be going live every London session trading gold. And trading is very risky. You can make money and you can lose money. So it is a skill that you have to learn over a long period of time before you actually start consistently making money. This isn't a get rich quick scheme or you know what some of these other gurus are online are teaching and preaching. So yeah, if you want to get into trading, you know, it is an amazing skill because you don't rely on anyone but yourself to make money, and you're basically paid on the decisions that you make. So yeah, the current 1 hour has actually created that bottom wick now, and it is about to re-break the previous candle high, but the 30 has closed back in the range. So for me, there's no high probability setup playing out right now. I want to see price closing back above the 29.22 level before looking at getting some long positions in. But currently, the 4 hourly has also closed bearish. So, and it has already created a top wick. So we could actually re-break the current candle low. Go ahead and share the stream. If you want to see the chart, the links in the bio. But yeah, let's have a look at some decent buy zones today. I'll do a top-down analysis for you. But yeah, so these were my demand levels yesterday. These were my levels of demand, and price never came to it. Moving up with like little to no retracements. So let's see if we can get a decent retracement today. Got a reaction off of this demand right here. Okay, and we are about to re-break the previous 30 low, which has basically closed back in the range. But we would be trading against the hourly and the 2 hourly time frame. But we would be in the same direction as the 4 hourly. Okay, so it's a bit risky. It's a bit risky. But if this 15-minute breaks the low of the previous candle, then some sell positions could look good based on a fake out. Let me just go over my checklist. Yeah, so it does meet the criteria. I am going to go in lower risk simply because this is obviously a counter trend trade. So it is risky. So let's see if we can get a decent move. See what price wants to do. I'm not in yet. Not in yet. I will be getting in soon if it breaks that low with volume. What's the range to the left? We have got clean candles to the left. Got around a 50 pip range. Stops above the previous candle would be manage risk above the current candle highs. Yeah, so right there. So right there, I'm into this trade. The 30 has broke the previous 30 low. And I will be managing risk if the candle re-breaks its own high. And let's see what happens. Let's see if we can get a decent move down. There we go. Oh, wow. Okay, so I am moving my stops to break even right now. I'm moving my stops to break even, and I'm going to close partials. There we go. Just closed partials right there. Just closed partial profits. Closed 80%. My stops are at break even. How many pips was that? It was 15 pips. It was a 15 pip move. And I have got one lot running still. So let me just go back to my other chart and we'll mark up some potential buy zones a little bit later. But yeah, so this was the trade as it broke the previous candle low. I had my stops above the current candle. That's part of my plan to secure at 15 to 20 pips and to let the rest run. So yeah, let's see if we can let the rest run without getting stopped out at break even on this trade. And let's see if we can potentially fill the previous 4-hour wick. So this was the previous 4-hour low, has created the top wick, which was the 1 hour break-in and closing above this level and pushing up with no bottom wick. So yeah, price looks really good right now. Wow. She's absolutely dumping. How many pips is this now? Wow. We're basically moving all the way down to 17. So I'm up about 36 pips right now. I'm going to go ahead and close another 50% very, very soon. I'm going to go ahead and close another 50% of this trade. Right here. Closed 50%. And yeah, so my stops are at break even. Let's see if the rest of the candle can come down to this level of support. Yeah, so decent move on gold at the minute. I'm up around 50 pips. Up around 50 pips. Very, very quick scalp. Very quick scalp. Let's change that 30-minute to bearish because it has closed bearish. So I am also going to keep a stream journal Wow, absolutely insane the way gold is moving. Let me go ahead and show you a screenshot of what it looks like. So this is how I'm currently floating. Just bear with me one moment. She has come all the way down to 29.15. So that is amazing. That is amazing. Yeah, so this is my trade. As you can see there, you can see that I executed right at the break of the low, as I said, secured 15, secured at around 40 pips. And yeah, now prices continue down to 29.15. So that means I'm up around 60 pips at the moment. So yeah, lovely. I'm happy with that. It was a really good trade today. I broke it down for everybody to understand how to execute on a setup that aligns with my strategy. So that would have been, for me, it would have been an F1 setup. It would have been an F1 setup, which yeah, it's perfect. We looks like we are rejecting the 15 level, but that's completely fine. Let's see if we can break through that with volume and continue down. As you can see, we have tapped my my level right here, literally to the T. We tapped it and price is rejecting. So let's go and have a look at the smaller time frame. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful trade. Literally no zero drawdown on this trade. So yeah, amazing. I mean, not every trade is like this. Not every trade goes straight to take profit or, you know, doesn't have no drawdown. That's definitely not the case. So yeah, really happy with that. More than likely, I'm gonna call it a day unless price comes to a very, very high probability zone. So let me go and see if I can find some zones where I would like to trade today. Okay, so we've got this consolidation where we actually moved sideways. We didn't get no retracement. Price just literally moved sideways. So yeah, I mean, I can see a demand level right here, but the problem with it is that there's no explosive move from this level. So you can see you've got a really explosive move has already rejected that level with the previous 4-hour candles wick. So currently, this could potentially be an area that price would want to grab liquidity, this whole consolidation range. So let's go and have a look to see if there's any zones to the downside. See if there's any lower zones where we can move. Just go ahead and actually more into current price action. Okay, so we pulled a high to the low. Okay, and you can actually see that we came into this level of demand, which would have been a very high probability area for me personally. And it literally came into it in the middle of the night while I was asleep. And it has rejected it, and there's quite a big reaction off of it. Quite a big reaction, looking at about 230 pip reaction from this zone. Okay. Let me know. Or did you catch anything yesterday? I didn't catch anything yesterday. There was no trades for me yesterday. Price just continued to move up. I did say that I was waiting for a pullback, and we didn't get no pullback, so there was no trade. If you just give me 1 second, I'll be back. Just give me 1 moment, I'll be back. Okay, so just taking 50% off again at 29.15, 60 pips up at the moment. Currently, I've got my stops at break even. So, yeah, let's see if price can break through this level at 29.15, 29.16. Let's see if we can break through it, because if we can break through it, wow. Okay, we've just filled the wick on the previous 15-minute candle. So yeah, let's go ahead to change the time frames now. Let's have a look at the 15-minute time frame. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Lovely. So it looks like we might get a decent runner if we can close below. If we can close below, that would be great. I won't be executing based on the closure below the 15 level because that's it. I'm done for sales. Price has sort of already moved. I would like to see price closing above 29.15 and then potentially forming resistance. That is what I would be looking for. But yeah, so this was the reaction from the demand zone. That personally for me was the best trade. Let's go ahead to the 30-minute and let me see if I can find, because it has already been used and it's not a fresh zone anymore. So I mean, the only other zones I can see and potential areas to be taking long positions, if we're looking at the lows, the consolidation lows in this area, potentially be this, which lines up with yesterday's zone. So I mean, this is potentially where where I would be looking for some sort of buy entries. Let me see if it lines up with. Okay. Yeah, but the problem for me that I can see is that I don't think that gold is gonna, move all the way down to 28.74. But there has been times where I've said that and she has moved down to surprise me, because you can never say that gold can't do this or price can't do whatever it wants to do. So if it wants to move down 500 pips after moving up 500 pips, it can do that. Or, move up 500 pips and then move up another 1,000 pips. I've seen that before as well. So, I mean, you just never know, to be honest, like where price is really going to go. But yeah, I don't think this zone price is gonna come down to 28.60 simply because it's just a little bit too far for today and it's a bit far-fetched. But what does seem like a high probability setup would be the potentially be the 74 level. But yeah, I mean, or this 29.02 to 28.98. These are the levels that I would be looking at. Yeah, lovely trade today. Really good trade. Stuck to the plan, stuck to my setups, went through my checklist prior to even executing a trade. Always looking at, okay, where am I going to manage risk? Where am I, potentially looking to put my stops? These are all things that you need to think about before you even press that button of executing on a trade. It's very important that you find out where you're gonna manage your risk if price goes against you, where you're gonna look to be putting your stop loss if price goes against you. And that's what you should always focus on, because you can't control where price is gonna go, but you can control how much you're gonna lose on a particular trade. So that's very important to protecting the downside of any trade, because you just never really know where it's going to go. I am actually trailing my stop now above the current 15. So if this 15-minute candle re-breaks its own high, I will be out. I will be out of this trade. Yeah, it looks like this current 15 isn't actually going to break below 29.15. So I've moved my stop above this candle right here, simply just trailing my stops. If it does hit my trailing stop loss, that's completely fine. It is what it is. I've caught 60 pip move today. That's good enough. It's more than good enough. So I'm happy with that. I will more than likely be calling it a day unless I get price coming into my demand levels, and then I will be monitoring price. But from what I can see, for some buys from this level. But yeah, it will take quite a long time for price to get down there. It more than likely will be happening in the NY session. Let's go ahead and have a look at some news. So I've already had a look at some news. I know it's not really nothing going on until tomorrow. So we've got CPI tomorrow, consumer price index, and then you have PPI on Thursday, and then you have retail sales. You have retail sales on the Friday. If anyone has any questions on it, feel free to ask any questions. I'm happy to help. If there's any active traders in the chat, let me know. How's your journey going? Okay, so the 15-minute has closed bullish. If this current candle breaks the high of the previous 15-minute candle, that will be my trailing stop loss getting hit, and that will be me out of the trade. So let's see what she does. Gold can stay below the previous 15-minute candle's high. That would be amazing. The 30 has closed, and the 30 has closed bearish. Go ahead and change what I've written down here because the hourly has now closed. Let's see how the hourly's closed. It's closed very strong bearish, I'm assuming. Yes, it has, with a huge rejection wick. See now, if you took a buy, and it broke the high, yeah, you would have made money. But the problem with that was, the first thing is that I wouldn't have been sticking to my rules, which would have been a red day for me, regardless of the PNL. And number two, it was the first minute or two of the candle open. So yeah, I mean, gold has had a lot of volume to the upside with Trump being in office. There is a lot more volume in the market, but the problem with that is that over a series of trades, it might not play out. And the previous hourly low, we have just broken the previous hourly low, and price is continuing to dump. So let's see if we can move below this level. I'm still in this trade. I haven't been stopped out at break even, as my stop loss is above the previous 15-minute candle. Let me go ahead and make this a template. So trailing stop loss. Let's see. That would be amazing to see. There we go. So it looks like we are breaking out of that range, but it is the first few minutes of the candles open. So let's see if it can maintain that bearish volume throughout the rest of this hour to fill the previous 4 hours wick. So we have filled, I believe, potentially half of the wick. Let's have a look. Yeah, we've basically filled around 50% of the previous 4 hours wick. So let's see if we can fill the rest of it, as that was, my TP was at the wick fill. Wow, loads of volume, so much volume. Absolutely amazing. I'm nearly up 100 pips on gold at the moment. I'm up about 80 pips, 85 pips. This is what I like to see. This is what I love to see. I'm going to go ahead and actually move the stops above the current 15-minute now. So I'm going to move it above the current 15-minute, as the price has moved so much. It has no business breaking its own high at this point. So, yeah, I'm moving it above the current 15-minute candle. And let's see if we can get full TP smashed in this session. If the 15-minute candle does close below 29.15, there is a high probability for us to move down to fill the wick. But yeah, that was a really, really big move down. How big is this 5-minute candle? Insane. 50 pips. 51 pip 5-minute candle. Wow. I mean, this is the best time to be a trader. Honestly, it really is. I remember when Trump was in office, before Biden came in, and the volume that Trump brings to the market is just like nothing else, or no one else, should I say. So yeah, the next 4 years, hopefully, if they don't try and do something to him like they tried already. So let's hope he can stay in office for the foreseeable future, the 4 years. And yeah, it will be an amazing year, 2025. I'm looking forward to seeing some really big moves. And that's it, boys and girls. If you show up every day, you don't know which day is going to be the day where you get a really big move. You never know. I mean, as retail traders, we don't know, how much volume is going to come into the market on that particular day. You necessarily don't know. And hedge fund traders, they don't know it either. Nobody can technically know it unless you're that trader that's executing that order for, thousands and thousands of lots. So it's very important to show up every day and work towards, becoming profitable if you're not already, or being consistent with sticking to your rules and your edge. Because a lot of the time, a lot of the problems that I experienced as a new and beginning trader, like quite a long time ago, was that I had a set strategy and I wouldn't stick to it. And that's one thing that a lot of people struggle with. Everyone's struggles is different. But I mean, everyone has different strengths, different weaknesses. So yeah, that was one of my weaknesses, that I wasn't sticking to my trading plan. And I think it was because of, I was basically told a lie. Um and the lie was that it just can't, it's just not that easy, when it really is. It really is. I mean, they say that trading is uh, a hard way to make easy money. Um, But I believe that's true. I believe trading is a lot more simpler than it than what it needs to be. Like people want to overcomplicate trading. But I think if you just keep it simple, you know, that's just gonna be the best thing for you. So yeah, I mean that's one of the biggest lies that I sort of had to even overcome myself. That when I was told that it's not that easy, I sort of was taking trades and following my price action strategy, and just it's something I could teach to a 5-year old. So in my head, I'm thinking, how is it? It can't be this easy, but it really is. It really is. But it takes time to realize these things. So you got to go through the ups and the downs in order to appreciate the good times and the profitable, or get to the profitable stage. So yeah, just stay consistent, stick to the plan, whatever your plan is. Find a if you work a full-time job, find a time where you're available. If you work really long hours, then you can potentially swing trade, which means spend maybe about 30 minutes a day on the charts. That's, marking up certain levels where you're looking to take buys or sells, and, and walking away and setting your alerts. So when price does get to those areas, you can literally just monitor price when it gets there. So you don't have to sit down and scalp. And, if that's not something that your schedule will align with. So, yeah, currently price is has closed, with that huge 5 minute, 50 pip candle. The next 5 minute has basically created a top wick. And it looks like it might be moving down to flip bearish. So let's see if price is gonna maintain below 29.15. Let's see if we are gonna maintain below that level. If we are, then that would be amazing to see price continue down to full TB. But if price hits my trailing stop loss, that's completely fine as well. There we go. And it looks like a huge rejection candle. And as you can see, it looks like price has pulled its trousers up. Yeah, if this 15-minute candle does flip, I will be out of this trade. And my trailing stop loss will be getting hit. And that's fine. So let me just... There we go. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, a trailing stop loss has been hit. And that's the day done. That's the day done. Huge rejection on this current candle. So I will be keeping a stream journal. Yeah, it looks like price has had a huge rejection at this area of rejection. As you can see, there's been multiple times price breaking below this level and rejecting. So we came all the way down to 29.06 rejected, came down to 29.14 rejected, and also came down to 29.11 and rejected. And we've basically came down to 29.12. So basically was up around 85 pips on that trade, which is absolutely amazing. So yeah, I mean, if price can close below 15, 29.15, then we should see price continuing to move down. But at the moment, I'm not looking to trade that setup because I have had my win for the day and price is moving a little bit more choppy. Yeah, so that's me done for today. If anyone's got any setups that they're looking at, click on the link in the bio and send that through. Let's change that to the 1 hour being bearish. Taylor, thank you for that. I appreciate you letting me know that there's no sound. My mic. Appreciate you letting me know, Taylor. My microphone died. But yeah, if anyone wants to see the chart that I'm looking at, click on the link in the bio. I just caught about 60 pips on gold. It moved about 85 pips, but I didn't secure at 85 pips as I wanted price to fill the previous 4-hour wick. So it still had quite a lot more range and more of a wick to fill. It still was about another 60 pips. So yeah, price has done a U-turn and it hit my trailing stop loss, which is completely fine. And yeah, that's me done for today. I got a decent win. And yeah, sticking to the rules, 1 to 2 trades per day. I have got a buy zone that I'm looking at on gold. If you want to have a look at that, click on the link in the bio. So that's me done for today. I'm gonna end the stream right there. And if you like the content, go ahead and drop a subscribe and drop a like on the stream. And yeah, I'm over and out.